Hi all, I'm Isa Gutierrez and this is the Idea Framework for Managerial Skills 2. In this video, I want to talk about the balanced scorecard, what it is, and explain it in very simple terms. A balanced scorecard is a strategic performance management system. It starts off with 4 perspectives: financial, customer, internal processes, and learning and growth. Across those 4 perspectives, we define goals, action plans, and KPIs. These key areas are providing the balance between financial and non-financial measures. The financial perspective looks at top-level financial objectives and measures to answer the question, how do we look to our shareholders? The customer perspective focuses on customer satisfaction, answering the question, how do our customers see us? While the internal processes perspective determine how well the business is running. In other words, what should we be best at? The learning and growth perspective looks at people, their skills, training, leadership, and knowledge, answering the question, how can we improve and create value? The perspectives map out the company vision and strategy. And this turn can lead to the creation of a formal strategy map. That is the company's strategy stated in simple terms in an easy to understand form based on 4 balanced scorecard perspectives. Within each perspective comes the identification of a small number of strategic objectives, setting targets for the objectives and then measuring against the targets on a regular basis to determine success or failure. A performance measure should be one of a small number of measures designed to be understood easily and acted upon quickly. Performance measures must contain both leading and trailing measures. All too often, we concentrate on trailing measures. Why? Because they're easy to measure and they're accurate. Leading measures are harder to identify, but they're the only measures that can be influenced and therefore make a difference. It is better to focus on a small number of things that will influence change, rather than too many that nothing gets achieved at all. The balanced scorecard has become an extremely powerful tool to ensure alignment through strategy maps, improve communication through a common language, and ultimately lead to a better performing organization that is in tune with its business strategy. Now let's get into an example to what is called a strategy map. So these 4 perspectives are layered, and we then identify goals in them and we'll link them and say, okay, our vision is to deliver shareholder value. Our mission is to ensure we create long-term value for our shareholders. And from a financial perspective, we want to grow sales. And how are we going to do this? From a customer perspective, we can say we will improve brand awareness in Europe. And how are we going to do this? From the internal processes perspective, we can say we are gonna gather market intelligence. And how are we gonna gather the market intelligence? From a learning and growth perspective, we can say that we would do this by implementing an IT suite. The next step is to identify an action plan. So for each of our goals, we would then create an action plan saying, these are the things we now need to do to deliver these results. The last component is metrics and KPIs. So we need to identify them for every goal on our strategy map and on our scorecard. We would then identify metrics saying, this is what success looks like, and this is how we will monitor the delivery of this strategy.